Insurance.
Bank holiday traffic a nightmare, nowhere to sit down when you get there. You want to get yourselves one of these. Or alternatively, pull up a pew and join us for round 11 of the Bennetts British Superbike Championship. Right, floor it, Keogh is just over there. Just 3 meetings remaining in the 2007 series. Round 11 comes from the Lincolnshire countryside, Cadwell Park. Well, the sun is shining, the temperature is 19 degrees and there's a gentle wind. Perfect conditions for watching and racing.
Second race winners here a year ago. Leon Haslam and his Airways Ducati take their 9th BSB pole, a tenth of a second ahead of Jonathan Ray's HM Plant Honda, with Tom Sykes and Gregorio Lavia completing the front row. Championship leader Yuichi Kianari heads row 2 from Leon Camia, Carl Crutchlow and Shaky Byrne on the Stobart Honda. Tommy Hill, who won his only BSB race here 2 years ago, is on row 3 with the Virgin Media Yamaha ahead of Chris Walker, Carl Harris and Kawasaki's Michael Rutter. Our ex-colleague James Hayden makes his return and is on row 4 alongside his Hawk Kawasaki teammate Scott Smart, Simon Andrews and Dean Thomas. Chris Martin heads row 5 ahead of Tristan Palmer, James Buckingham and the nutty local boy from Woodall Spa, Steve Plater. Marty Nutt on row 6 with Tom Tunstall, David Johnson and Aaron Zanotti. And on row 7, road racing specialist Guy Martin alongside privateers Malcolm Ashley and Ryan Rainey. Round 11 of the British Superbike Championship brings us to the beautiful Lincolnshire circuit of Cadwell Park, and number 91, Leon Haslam, the lap record holder here, puts his Airways Ducati into pole position. He knows he needs it. Oh, Gregorio Lavia got a terrible jump on the right-hand side. Surely that is going to be a false start for him and could mean a 10-second ride-through penalty. But Jonathan Ray gets the perfect start. He was fastest during free training and he's put the HM Plant Honda up at the front.
And Tommy Sykes, Huddersfield lad, on the Stobart Honda, slots into second.
So the two Hondas at the front in what is traditionally very much a track that favours the big V twin Ducatis.
Absolutely, it's one of the only tracks left in the series now that does actually favour the Ducatis of Lavia and Haslam.
This is round the beautiful part of the club circuit, Park Corner, Chris Curve, and then dropping down to the amazing gooseneck. And Jonathan Ray has the advantage with Tom Sykes in second place. Third place is the Ducati of pole setter Leon Haslam, and then a tremendous start from the man on the second row of the grid, Leon Camio. We're on board with Carl Harris.
Yeah, we're looking at the back of Chris Walker's Rizla Suzuki. That's through the new part, that's through the chicane, that's going to be in a couple of years. That was to slow him down into the bottom of the mountain, this section here.
So, up over the mountain now. This is where the bikes become airborne at the top of here. Whoa, like that. Carl Harris, one of the former motocross schoolboy stars in this field, certainly knows how to jump a motorcycle. Now we're through Hall Bends, underneath the trees, a pretty part of this circuit, before they come bursting back onto the main straight. And they come hammering past us now, 5th gear, 160 miles per hour, before braking back to 4th gear as they go uphill through Coppice and then fling it right through Charlie's and up over the hill. What a great circuit this is.
Yeah, Charlie's 1 and Charlie's 2. Charlie's 2, the corner hill now. Oh, that's somebody off. That's Martin Nutt, the Ulsterman.
Martin Nutt, who was challenging for the Privateers Cup, has just seen his challenge end in tatters, but at least thankfully he's unhurt. A faller at the hairpin.
Yeah, oh, that's just before the hairpin. That's a left-hander before the hairpin. Yep, and that section of the track is one over the last 5 or 6 years has got better and better, more runoff, more safety built into that part of the circuit.
Jonathan Rea leads, Tom Sykes, Leon Haslam is third, fourth Kamiya, fifth the championship leader Yuichi Kianari, sixth Gregorio Lavia, seventh Shaky Byrne, eighth Yamaha's Tommy Hill, ninth and 10th for the Rizzler Suzukis of Cal Crutchlow and Chris Walker.
And watch for Leon Haslam, the number 91 on the Airways Ducati. That's looking back from Haslam's Ducati towards Leon Kamiya's bike animal Honda.
When they put a qualifying tyre in yesterday, Haslam did his pole setting 1:26.081. He said to me just before this race, James, to be honest, I was a bit disappointed that it wasn't a 25, a 1 minute 25, sub 26 second lap.
And that would have been the first ever sub 1 minute 26 lap around this Cadwell circuit. As it is, it was the fastest two-wheel lap ever around here.
And the penalty for Gregorio Lavia has been announced. He nods his head as he goes past. He knows that he's messed up. He made a terrible start. Look on the right.
Yeah, oh, he'd gone. Yeah, and the worst thing about it is he didn't even get a good start because he went and then he stopped and then the lights changed. So bad start and jump start.
So the 33-year-old Spaniard, the 2005 champion, knows that he'll have to have a ride-through penalty. And presumably at this moment in an 18-lap race, it'll be kind of preying on his mind a bit, James, that he's got to do that.
Absolutely. I mean, he can come in the next. He's got 3 laps once he's told about the incident. Well, once he's told about the ride-through with the penalty, he's got 3 laps to come in. He can take it when he wants in those 3 laps, but there's no good time. By the time you've slowed down, come through the pits, and there's a speed limit in the pits, ridden through the pits within that speed limit and gone back out, pretty much the race is over, to be honest.
And already Jonathan Rea has set a new lap record, 1:27.48 seconds, sides about 0.3 of a second off the lap record set last year by Leon Haslam. And I tell you what, Jonathan Rea looks absolutely on it, and look at that. The former Ulster and British schoolboy motocross champion, absolutely flying. He's used to flying a motorcycle through the air, and he does it beautifully at the top of the mountain.
In actual fact, Jack, they've been having a competition when a red light's gone on, or when they've got to when they're not actually trying for a lap. There's been a competition between some of, mostly I've got to say, the ex-motocrossers in the Superbike field. They've been having a jump competition because the photographers love it, and they've been getting pictures. And I'll tell you what, the best one I've seen is Carl Harris on the Hydrex Honda, and I swear the rear wheel is maybe 3 foot in the air. Unbelievable.
This is Gregorio Lavia. He knows that he's got to come in very shortly and lose that position he's in at the moment. And Rea leads it. Sykes seconds, Haslam third, Kamiya in fourth, Kianari fifth, 6th place for Shaky Byrne, 3 laps in. And Jonathan Rea is still setting a punishing pace here, 1:27.242. And Carl Harris.
That's Harris, yeah.
Harris is down. You can instantly recognise the stocky figure of the Yorkshireman as he strides away from the Hydrex Honda. Not looking very pleased with life.
No, the crowd showing their appreciation. We'll see again. This looks like Charlie's to me. Oh, that's what he's done. He's lost the front in the middle part of Charlie's. The problem is there, Jack, that the camber drops right away. The track's dropping down towards the straight, and you actually lose traction on both wheels there.
Well, the guest here at the circuit is the World Superbike Championship leader James Toseland, and that was exactly where he had a horrifying accident a few years ago that broke his femur and put him out of racing for several months. So at least Carl Harris has survived rather better than that. Meantime, Tom Sykes, number 66, under pressure from number 91 Haslam, and behind Leon Haslam, Leon Kamiya and Yuichi Kianari. And at the moment, we haven't got that man, number 36, Gregorio Lavia, on our classification. That's what threw me. Oh, he's in there at the moment. No, he's not. He's back in.
Well,
Has he come in? He might have come in.
He's going to keep going back because he has to come in, yeah.
Lavia and the Airways Ducati not enjoying the best of fortune here with that jump start, but right now 1:27.205. Tom Sykes, a new lap record here, but he loses second place. Leon Haslam tucks underneath him, and Haslam manages to hold it as he hits the second apex.
He only just got past him. He ran a little bit wide coming out of Park Corner here, Haslam, but it wasn't enough for Sykes just to get up the inside again.
Leon was saying to me that the reason that this track favours the Ducatis is there are no sharp turns onto straights. Everything is flowing. Yep. They can keep their speed up.
Pretty much. There's some slowish corners, but they all one corner leading to another. So it just favours that Ducati. It's flickable through the turns, and it's got quite a lot of mid-range grunts. If you just keep it going, this circuit always has favoured the Ducatis. In the last, I think, say 10 races here, going back to 2000, no, 12 races, going back to 2001. I think there's only been 3 other bikes actually won legs here.
You're right, in 2001 and 2002, Steve Hislop was the winner of all 4 races for Ducati during those 2 years. And since then, Leon Haslam, Gregorio Oliveira have both had race wins. So too has Shaky Byrne when he was racing at Ducati to victory in the championship in 03.
It'd be interesting to see just how quick Haslam can go now. He's got a little bit of clear track in front of him.
Interestingly, Leon Camier is riding a lot better than he was doing during qualifying. He's been having he's got a physiotherapist with him working on his upper arms. He's been having this problem that they think is a bit of a nerve problem from running from his shoulder down through his upper arms, causing him quite a lot of discomfort. And he's been getting worked on by the physio and doing warm-up exercises before this race.
Well, I can tell you, Jack, if there's any circuit that will show up any physical problems that you've got, or any circuit you don't want to be riding injured, this is it. It's very, very physical. The bigger and the more powerful the bikes, the more physical it is, isn't it? They don't come any more powerful or faster than they are.
The tall, lanky boy from the southeast of England dives underneath Huddersfield's Tom Sykes and just edges Tom out into the chicane.
Well, Tommy Sykes went from being the fastest man out there and set that record to losing 2 places in a lap.
So Sykes, the fastest lap of 27.2, but now, when he has a huge moment over the mountaintop, and Chianari's right with him. This was a good move.
Yeah, down into Mansfield, downhill braking, difficult to get the bike slowed up for that one, but good move. It ran a little bit wide in Camier, but not enough for Tom to get him back.
So Leon Camier moves to 2nd place. This is the view back from the GSE Racing Airways Ducati of Leon Camier.
No,
Leon Haslam, number 2, Leon Camier, all the Leons. Followed by Tom Sykes, Yuichi Chianari, and then a gap now back to Shaky Byrne, 6.1 seconds behind the leader on the 2nd Stobart Honda, with Cal Crutchlow, Tommy Hill and Chris Walker for company. And then Scott Smart into the top 10, heading a trio of Kawasaki's.
I thought that might happen. Now Leon Haslam has got a bit of clear track in front of me. He sets the fastest lap of the race, a new lap record at 1:27.1.
So Haslam on the gas. Can he close that gap of 0.7 of a second? He is doing.
He's doing it,
on Jonathan Ray.
Yeah, I think he's doing. That's coming out of Chris's curve. Oh, that's so quick. 4th gear, about 130 miles an hour there. The back letting go.
Now dropping sharply downhill, and Leon Camier's also on the pace. Camier's last lap was at 27.4, Ray's at 27.26, Haslam 27.1.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how quick Leon Camier can go on the bike Cadwell Honda. Now he's got a little bit of clear track in front of him. All these ex-motocrossers love that section of track.
James Buckingham in 17th place is leading the Privateers Cupman at the moment, ahead of Tristan Palmer in 18th, Tom Tunstall in 20th, and in between them, Guy Martin on the surviving Hydrex Honda.
There's so many places on this Cadwell Park circuit where they're actually going uphill steeply or downhill steeply. So much relief, so many blind corners, places where the front goes light, the rear goes light, you're wheeling. It's just such an interesting circuit to ride.
Interesting is not the word I would have used. having just been hurled round an hour ago in the course car and come very close to emptying my breakfast over the back seat.
You got it dead right, actually, Jack, when you said that it looks like it'd be good fun to ride around on your own. It is one of the only circuits, this maybe Brands Hatch full circuit, maybe Ulton, where on your own, on a bike or in a car, you can actually still enjoy just riding around the shape of the circuit. Lovely.
We're looking back now at Gregorio Oliveira still out there. I thought Gregorio would by now have come in for his expected stop, but he has. No, hang on, he's disappeared. No, he is still out there, but he's not on our.
He's given us 15th on the actual timesheet.
Well, that's strange because he's still there in front of Shaky Byrne in 6th, which means Shaky is 7th, Crutchlow 8th, Hill 9th, and Walker 10th.
That's definitely him.
Yes, we have not got that senile. We can't tell number 36 is Gregorio Oliveira. So Gregorio, he's got to come in, surely on this lap. If he goes further than this, he gets black flagged and disqualified. Yeah. And now we found out it's a 20-second added on to his race time. So he doesn't come through the pits. Gregorio Oliveira is registering in 15th place because that's where he would be if 20 seconds was added on to his current race time. Seems cruel, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It certainly didn't gain 20 seconds off the start, did it?
Look at that. Haslam, 27.046, and he's now right on the back wheel of race leader Jonathan Ray. Ooh, and Jonathan Ray needs the points. He's got to pull back that deficit that he's got to his teammate Yuichi Kianari. We're just at half distance and Leon is looking very keen to get past.
Yeah. Leon's always liked it round here, Leon Haslam. We're looking forward from Leon Haslam's Airways Ducati towards the rear of the HM Plant Honda of Jonathan Ray.
Remember that last year Haslam won race 2, Lavia race 1, and in 2005 Haslam won race 2. Tommy Hill won the first race for the Virgin Media Yamaha, but it was after Gregorio Lavia and Leon Haslam had run one another off the track on the last lap when leading.
Got at the end of the straight, they tried to do each other out of the win and cost each other time, and Tommy Hill won.
And this is Leon Haslam now trying to make it 3 victories in 3 years here at Cadwell Park. He's right behind Jonathan Ray as Jonathan gets airtime over the mountain on that massive fat rear Michelin slick tyre on the number 4 HM Plant Honda.
It'll be interesting to see how quick Leon Cammy has gone round this lap, because to me he looks a little bit closer this lap.
Cammy did a 1:27.18 on the last lap, you know, which was very close to that lap record that had just been set by Haslam. He crosses the line now. 27.4, 25, 26.911. Well spotted, Wit.
I thought he looked like he was going.
Camilla is the first man ever to go under 127, and Ollie there, she can't stand it, or she's given us a wave.
Under 127, we'll quantify that in a race. Actually, with qualifying tyres, they've gone down to 126 flat. But in a race, this is some pace on race rubber. So here comes Leon, same
Leon Haslam.
Oh, good move.
Jonathan Ray was so tempted to bite back, but they could have bitten both of them. Look at Camilla.
Yeah.
Camilla is closing the gap, closing all the time, remorselessly on the yellow bike animal Honda.
That's the man. And that's some lap he's just done on. Oh, and he's so quick through the gooseneck.
That looks brave coming through there.
It's a good part of the track, Jack. It's exhilarating, shall we say.
See the crowd in the background here, folks. That is just the hugest crowd we've ever seen here at Cadwell Park. When they first opened Cadwell Park in its virtually its present form in 1953, 30,000 people came here, but we're way beyond that today.
We reckon 40,000, not counting them all, but we reckon about 40.
Through Hall Bends, underneath the trees, down to the hairpin. Doesn't this look good? And look at Camilla.
He's going.
He's nicknamed Shafter, not for the reasons you might think. It's due to his name, and he was known as Camshaft when he was a kid.
He broke everything, that's what. Honestly.
Oh,
look at that.
So now Jonathan Ray knows that he's got a race on his hands. Haslam is past him, and Camilla's threatening.
Yeah, Haslam settled down to a 1:27.7. Ray into the 28s, just over 28, 28.0, and Camilla a low 27. That's the fastest man on track that lap.
Tommy Hill in 8th place at 27.9. That's his best lap. Oh, and here comes Jonathan Ray. You don't put him down that easily.
Oh.
It was close to pulling the same move as Haslam pulled on him.
And that's Park Corner, the end of the back straight. Now that's exactly the place where Haslam and Lavia, his teammate, a couple of years ago had the big set to, allowing Tommy Hill to win.
10 laps out of 18. This race could run and run as far as I'm concerned. The Bennetts British Superbike Championship, round 11, Cadwell Park in Lincolnshire, in front of an enormous bank holiday crowd.
Here comes Camilla. Oh,
he touched him and taken them both down. Oh, Jonathan Ray will not be happy about that, because that is his championship chances up in smoke.
I can't believe that.
Leon
I cannot believe he set that up from a long way back at Camilla. He came from just watch this, up the inside. I have to say, Jonathan Ray didn't know a thing about that. He didn't move his head. He didn't know that Camilla was there. We see it again, looking back from Haslam's bike. Camilla goes up the inside, decides not to do it, and then, oh dear.
And he was trying desperately to avoid it in the end, wasn't he?
He was, and that's about probably 60 miles an hour where they hit the deck. It doesn't sound quick when you're talking about getting up for 200 miles an hour on the straight, but I've got to tell you, when you hit the deck that hard at 60 miles an hour, it hurts. No matter what kind of protection, what kind of helmet leathers you've got on, what kind of body armour, that hurts.
And bitterly disappointed then. Huge disappointment for Leon Camilla, but look at this. Tom Sykes is now running second under threat from the man who could very easily take a huge step towards retaining his championship right now, Yuichi Kianari.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Ray is back on it. How brave is that? And he's in amongst the Kawasaki's. Look at that. He's ahead of James Hayden. That's Hayden on bike number 6.
Yeah.
And just ahead of him, there's Jonathan Ray, Michael Rutter, and Scott Smart. All the Kawasaki's having their private battle, and he's ahead of them.
Just past Rutter, and he's just about to pass Smart any time now.
And James Hayden takes advantage and follows Jonathan Ray through and grabs a place back off Michael Rutter. This is the leader, now fairly comfortably heading perhaps, although nothing concerned in this game, to his 3rd win in 3 years. Could it be for number 91, Leon Haslam, the pocket rocket?
I was actually riding around this beautiful Cadwell circuit just a couple of weeks ago doing some instruction for the Virgin Media Cup lads. And I've got to say, there's quite a few patches. It is a good circuit, the shape's still beautiful, but there's a few more bumps than what there ever used to be. Normally we're used to seeing circuits get bumpier through the years as the surface gets older, but here they've got some patches, particularly at the bottom of the mountain, where the new track meets the old track, and it is quite bumpy. It's not just as quick as what it used to be.
I'm just wondering if Keogh's got his sensible head on. You know how Neil Tuxworth, his team manager, has been working constantly on calming him down if he's in a good position. At the moment he's lying 3rd, he's going to get a fair hatful of points for that. He already has a 26-point lead in the championship over Jonathan Ray.
And with his teammate and championship rival way down there now, up to 9th it has to be said, but certainly not going to challenge for the win of this race. The sensible thing would be for Keough to just get the point.
Somehow it doesn't look as if he's doing that.
I'm just going to say that.
So Keough now challenging Tom Sykes. Tom looking for a 2nd place here. Keough and 20 points. Keough looking for the same.
Yeah, and Tom's a genuine. The man there was 66. Tom Sykes. He's a genuine rostrum contender every weekend now, and he doesn't fall off. I don't want to say that too soon. I don't want to give him a commentator's curse, but he just doesn't fall off, doesn't Tom? He's a good rider. He's taken to the Superbike from the Super Sport bikes really well, and he stays on.
This, of course, James, very much the home ground for the HM Plant Honda squad. They are based up in Louth, just up the road from here towards Skegness. And that, of course, is the hometown of their team manager, Neil Tuxworth. And Tux was telling me proudly that he first started racing here in the 1960s, and he won his first club race, his first national, his first British Championship race, and his first international race here at Cadwell Park.
That's right. Tuxworth was a 125, 250 and 350 rider. Most of his success came on the 250 and 350 bikes, 2 strokes, mostly Yamahas. And I've got to tell you, he was some rider. He was a good rider, was Neil Tuxworth.
And he'll be now having his heart just slightly in his mouth as he watches Keough challenge Tom Sykes. So Ducati leading Honda, and then Shaky Byrne now in 4th place. Carl Crutchlow on the Rizla Suzuki is 5th. 6th, Virgin Media Yamaha's Tommy Hill. 7th, Rizla Suzuki, Chris Walker. 8th now, Jonathan Ray. He's got the better of Hawk Kawasaki's Scott Smart. Gregorio Lavia is now 10th on time, ahead of James Hayden and Michael Rutter.
Ray's got 4 seconds to get on the back of Walker now. Walker 4 seconds in front of Jonathan Ray, but he is lapping over a second faster.
Guy Martin now 13th, ahead of the local boy from Woodhall Spa, where we stayed in a lovely hotel last night. That's just up the road from here. And that, of course, is Steve Plater on the AIM Yamaha. Meanwhile, the battle for 2nd place goes on. Number 66, Tom Sykes. And number 1, Yuichi Kianari.
That's Paul Bird, still that Honda team owner and manager.
And he's got his buttocks clenched because he wants Tom to get this 2nd place.
Yeah, Birdie's helicopter's parked out the back there. He'll be flying home, and he won't have to worry about the.
Do you think if I do a thumbs up, he'll drop me off on the way home?
Quite possibly on his way back to Cumbria. He won't have to worry about the bank holiday traffic, I'll tell you.
These two guys don't have to worry about the bank holiday traffic except one another right now around this beautiful 2.18 mile circuit that originally opened, would you believe, back in 1933. Beg your pardon, 1984. Get your facts right, lad.
No, what?
So Dale Camio's left us with a new lap record of 126.911 on lap 9, but it counts for nothing. It doesn't get him any points. He's out of the race. Jonathan Ray is in 8th place, and at the moment he's 2.5 seconds behind Chris Walker in 7th.
Back markers now. The back marker sticks a leg out just to indicate where he's going to go.
Which is straight on.
Look like, yeah, straight on through the chicane. There is room to get through there. Didn't have to take the outside. Malcolm Ashley, I think.
Good old Malcolm. Malcolm was telling me just before this race that he's He didn't get club racing until he was 24 years old. He joined the RAF so he could get enough money together, and half of his backup team it includes things like Harrier technicians. They're all RAF boys in his garage.
Well, just right, they'd be flying over the mountain then.
He said he wanted to be. Oh, and the Ray's gone down again of his own accord to compound a really dire first race here at Cadwell Park for the 20-year-old Irishman. He'll be fed up. And there's Tux. The aforementioned, thinking about those great days when he was winning here, but right now his young Irish prodigy isn't.
He never shows any emotion, doesn't Tux, on his face. Always just looks passive at the screen, no matter what's happened.
That's right, he's just saving it up for his next little fusillade of sarcasm he hoys at me from my commentary. Haslam leads. This is the battle for second. Sykes versus Chianari. Shaky Byrne must be surprised to be 10 seconds behind the leader, behind this battle rather, but in contention at all, because he didn't much enjoy qualifying. He got balked on his attempt at a fast lap, and he felt like he hadn't really got comfortable around here. So fourth place is a pretty good return for the ex-champ.
Yeah, also a man who felt like he was balked on the on his best lap was Chris Walker on the Rizla Suzuki. He said he's not been here for 8 years, struggled to come to terms with a track that is fairly intimidating when you haven't been for a long time, and said that he just couldn't pass slower riders. He just didn't have the confidence.
Right now he needs to find something to fend off Gregorio Lavia, who's lapping about 1.5 seconds quicker than Chris.
And obviously he isn't with Chris on the track. He's actually way in front of Chris actually on the track. With a 20-second delay has meant him that he is in between him somewhere.
So the likelihood is that Stalker has no idea that his place is in danger.
Unless he's got some binoculars, no.
Tristan Palmer's moved into the points. The leading privateer's Cutman. He's overtaken James Buckingham and moved into 15th place on the track.
Well, just less than 2 laps to go as we speak.
What a superb... And the other superb thing about this circuit is the images we capture from it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure you'll agree. They're just great. Oh, here comes Keogh. He's pulling that move up the inside where Tom's been caught out before, and he's got him. Once he's alongside, Sykes has to give way.
Yeah, good move. Let's see whether Sykes has got anything left to give back. He's got a lap and a half to do it. It's enough, if he is quick enough.
Well, this could mean Chianari opening up something like 46 points in the championship chase over his teammate Jonathan Ray. And he moves tidily through into second place. Tom Sykes nudged back now to third. So this fantastic lap of Cadwell Park, a track that eventually got extended to its present length of 2.18 miles, and has always been the traditional huge crowd here on a bank holiday Monday. There's Gregorio Lavia. He's ahead of Shaky Byrne and Cal Crutchlow on the road, and Lavia is now still that tantalising couple of seconds behind Chris Walker on time, and he looks to be almost holding up Shaky Byrne, who's now got Cal Crutchlow right with him. Darrell Healy, the team owner, on the right there. Colin Wright, the manager of the Airways Ducati squad, on the left. I think
we'll see Lavia go in front of Chris Walker now. Yeah, he's going in front of Walker now.
Lavia goes through to 7th place. So the fact that he's holding this sort of pace with the 4th and 5th place men Byrne and Crutchlow. Now this is interesting because Carl Crutchlow is really putting the pressure on, and Shaky looks keen to find a way past Gregorio. Here they come fanning out, almost 3 abreast. And Carl Crutchlow thought he had a space there on the bright blue Rizla Suzuki. Final lap this is. Haslam leads it. Keogh's through to 2nd. Tom Sykes 3rd. This is a kind of battle for 4th place, but it only actually features the 2nd and 3rd men in picture. Gregorio Lavia is still in 8th place. He's behind Stalker by less than a second as they go into the last lap. So if he keeps this pace up, the Spaniard could just snatch that 7th place from Walker. Big moment there for Shaky Byrne.
Meanwhile, Haslam at the hairpin, 1 corner to go.
So Leon Haslam, he's going to take victory here. He won the 2nd race in 2005, the 2nd race in 2006. He goes 1 better and takes the 1st race of 2007 at Cadwell Park for Airways Ducati. Tom Sykes looks happy to finish 3rd behind Yuichi Chianari. Congratulations for Colin Wright, the team manager. Here comes Shaky. He got past Gregorio Lavia and really ripped to come across the line, and he's chuffed with that. Carl Crutchlow tries to get past Levere, and he finishes in 5th place behind shaky Tommy Hill, finishes 6th. Now Levere or Walker will take that 7th place behind the winner, Leon Haslam, in 26 minutes 21 seconds for Airways Ducati.
The results of race 1, Leon Haslam turning pole position into his 2nd race win of the season. The major beneficiary of Ray and Kamiya coming together was Yuichi Kiyanari taking 2nd place, and Tom Sykes on the podium again with the Stobart Honda team. Shane Byrne, his partner, in 4th, Cal Crutchlow 5th, Tommy Hill in 6th, and James Hayden back racing again in 9th.
Congratulations, Leon, on the 2nd win this season. Now, obviously, there's lots of talk about the Ducatis and how this track really favours them. Looked like you had a nice clear track when you were hunting down Johnny Ray.
Yeah, it took me a little while to get past Tom. The Hondas are quick down the straight, but we managed to make a move at the end. Both moves were a bit far back, but we managed to make it stick. And to be fair, once I got a clear track, I felt I had the pace. My only worry was overtaking them, and I got my spot on the track where I thought I could do it, and I managed to. And I managed to just get my head down, consistently put my times in, and I couldn't believe it that I pulled away. But now, over the moon with Airwaves and everyone, they really kicked it up a gear this weekend, and big thanks to them all.
Okay, thanks very much.
Cheers, thanks.
With so many riders coming to watch the racing here at Cadwell Park on their bikes, it's the perfect place for the Think Motorcycle Academy to set up shop. And Janie caught up with World Superbike leader James Toseland.
Well, I've been joined by James Toseland here at the Think Motorcycle Academy. Hello, James. First of all, let's talk about World Superbike. 66 points in the lead. So how confident are you that you're going to be able to take the title?
There's 3 rounds left, and if I can leave Germany, which is the next race on the 7th of September weekend, with no less than 66, with only 100 points left for grabs in the final 2, then I've got 1 under in the trophy. But the next one's really, really important, because obviously with 50 points up for grabs each weekend, if it all goes really bad, I mean, I could leave 16 points, obviously, if the worst scenario. But I'm going there to do hopefully the same as I did at Brands, and if I do that, then the championship's more or less wrapped up after that.
And then, of course, an exciting year for you next year. Lots of talk about you moving to MotoGP. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, it was a difficult decision. The easy decision was to stay with Honda and 10K in World Superbikes, because I'm happy there, and the team's just been amazing for me. And the last 2 years, I've really, really enjoyed my racing with them. And but it's just a personal ambition, hopefully as well, going on the back of winning 2 World Superbike Championships, the next level. And it's just a personal ambition of mine. And Yamaha has given me this great chance to start on a full factory Yamaha next year. And luckily for me, I've got so much to concentrate this year at the moment that I'm not really thinking about it, because this is more important, winning this Superbike Championship, than next year at the moment. So I've got to concentrate on here.
Well, obviously we're used to seeing you on the track, but today you're here to talk to the guys here that ride on the road. So what's the message behind the Think campaign?
Well, the last time I raced at Cadwell Park, which was 7 years ago, I went to Lincoln Hospital in a helicopter and broke my leg really badly. So, and this, I know this, the roads are really good for motorcycling around here. That's why it's so busy, and the weather's so nice as well. And there's a lot of accidents at this particular race, because there's great roads, but they are dangerous roads. So I'm here to support the Think charity, and to just raise awareness, to tell people not to do what we do on the track. And also for Bennetts as well, the Bennetts Motorcycles insurers, they sponsor me with the Brands Hatch and personal sponsors of mine, and it's great just to put a bit something back in.
Well, obviously there's lots of guys out there, and girls, that try to emulate your skills on the road, which probably isn't the best place to do it. So are there any skills that you think you've got that you'd use on the track that you can use on the road, or what's the basic message that you would tell the guys out there that are waiting to speak to you in about 5 minutes?
Just ride within your limits. That's the biggest thing, and ride and keep thinking in your helmet. If something did happen, just always think of the worst case scenario, and always, if you're riding in with your limits and you think that way, then you're always ready for something happening. It's riding above your limits and riding too fast for the actual road, and if something did happen, there's no way of stopping. And it doesn't matter how good you are. If I ride too fast on the road, then you're going to crash, and it is dangerous. So just ride within your limits.
Okay, well, thanks very much, and the best of luck with the rest of this year.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Leon Haslam celebrating his 2nd win of the season, proving that the safest place to be is sitting out in front. After the break, we'll analyse race 1 and have more racing with the British Supersport Championship.
Sponsored by Bennetts. bike insurance.